Today I'll be showing you the ingredients you need to mix your own henna. Decorating bags, which we will be putting the henna into to apply it. We have sugar. We have lemon juice, which is optional, but I definitely recommend you get it. For mine, I use tea tree oil, and then of course the henna powder. For henna powder, you can order anywhere online like Amazon. I think for mine I did online at Walmart. So you want just the powder. I would recommend staying away from henna pre-made mix because it's not as potent. I will start with the lemon juice and water mixture that I will be heating on the stove, so that way while that is heating up, I can begin mixing the henna powder. Now I'm going to fill this half and half with the lemon juice and the water. And since this is such a small amount of liquid, I found the smallest pot I could find, and I'm going to go ahead and heat that up on the stove. So now I'll add 2 tablespoons of the henna powder into my bowl, and then I'll do 1 level teaspoon of sugar, and I'll mix that up a little bit. Since there's only a little bit of liquid, it did not take long for this to boil. So I'm going to slowly pour this in and stir it. So I stirred this thoroughly, and it is way too liquidy. So what you do in this case, you would just add a little bit more of the henna. And now that that is thoroughly stirred, I'm going to add a teaspoon of my tea tree oil. Now I'll just lightly cover this with saran wrap, and I'll leave it set out about an hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour. I'm going to unwrap this and put it in my carrot bags. And what's helpful is that these ones have a max fill line. I'm not sure I'm even going to fill it up that much with the henna. You want to flip the top inside out, just like you would if you were putting frosting in these frosting bags. And then we'll fill it. So I filled one about this high, so it's about 1 inch below the max mark. And that's going to be a lot of henna. You can do multiple hennas with these. So I'll set this aside carefully, making sure it doesn't spill out. And then I'll finish up this other one. So there's a variety of ways you can close these up. I've in the past just tied it. Just did a loop around and pulled it through, tying it. You can also use rubber bands, ponytails. One of mine uses one of those big black clasping paper clips as well, which works really well for her. So you want it nice and tight. Do a little twist too. You don't really want a bunch of excess. You want to go as close as you can to the bulk of it. Now my 2 carrot-shaped cones of henna are ready to be frozen. Tomorrow I will have some guests over I would like to practice some henna on, and I'll make sure to take them out about an hour or 2 before I plan on doing somebody's henna. Okay, so I pulled this out of the freezer about 3 hours before I planned on doing the henna, and just leaving it out in room temperature, it was able to thaw out pretty fast. So now I'm going to cut just the tiniest little tip of my little carrot